try this again. Try this again. There you are.
That was really weird, man.
Yeah, I can see you trying to send me a request. I was trying to send you, but it wasn't connecting.
No, not at all.
How you doing?
I'm scarfing food into my face while
Oh
doing
yeah.
a last minute request for the real estate client.
Oh okay. Hey, it's around the clock working, man.
You're with real estate. You're always on the clock. There's no such thing as personal time.
That's true.
It's one of the things you give up when you start being a real estate agent.
Yeah.
However, there are real estate agents that hold to very specific hours,
Right.
and they would say, "Don't call me after 7 o'clock because I won't answer my phone."
Those are the rich ones, I'm sure.
It's actually part of the fake it till you make it uh,
Okay.
crowd. Then there's quite a large crowd of that. There's a lot of there's a lot of mentoring and coaching that's done, and those guys would all tell you you keep 9 to 5 hours. You don't answer your phone between 10 and 2 because this is what you're doing between 10 and 2. You return all your calls between 2 and 4, and then 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then that's it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's I don't ascribe to the even the fake it till you make it stuff. I think it's all.
Yeah.
I think a
How,
lot of I think a lot of people can read right through that.
right. How's the real estate market going anyway? Still slow, or is it spring market picking up?
No, I haven't seen any indication of spring market whatsoever. Our listings are going okay at the brokerage.
Yeah.
We've sold a bunch, but there are also a bunch that are 70, 80 days.
Oh, okay.
I just we just got to market yesterday with Austin's parents.
Oh, nice.
Since and that they'd be okay with me saying that since that's public knowledge, that's on the internet. So
Awesome. Yeah, I know I've
yeah,
seen a lot going up in my area. People are definitely listening anyway.
the challenge is we're still as far as listing to sales, we're still 3 to 1.
Hmm.
And that's the challenge when people are like, "Oh, well, I want you to pay for the staging and paint my house and do this and do it for under 2%." But then you got to take 3 of them in order to do one sale, and at that point you're not making any money.
Right.
There's nowhere near the amount of money in real estate that people think there are. It's a little bit of a it would be similar to what ball pythons are accused of, about the higher end guys kind of serving the lower end guys, and then nobody else buys.
Hmm.
Um, with real estate, we had, from what I calculated. Now I don't hold a degree in mathematical probabilities and all that stuff, so I don't know exactly. But for me, it's I see about a 95% failure rate in real estate within the first 5 years, which is pretty bad. And every year they turn out about 50,000 students every year,
Okay. Oh, so
and
you're
there's only
talking about realtors,
yep, yep,
not buyers, realtors.
no
Okay.
real estate agents, and there are only
Okay.
70,000 real estate agents.
Yeah.
When we were at the height of the market, we were doing 120,000. Right now, we're doing about 70,000, so significantly less.
Hmm.
That works out to the average commission for the average agent is only about $40,000 a year. The
Wow.
challenge is you have to remove the people that are in there that last year. I didn't feel like I had a very good year because my desire and what I need for my family is way higher than my regular job was at 70,000. I
Hmm.
topped my 70,000. I topped my job last year, and I was in the top 20% real estate agents. The bottom 53% did not do a single deal last year.
Wow.
So when you take off that, and I think it's 37,000 agents or something like that. When you take
Yeah.
out that 37,000 agents and then kind of redo your math, the average agent can only make 62,000 or something like that. The challenge is with that, we've got about probably around 3 to 4 thousand in fees. That we've got desk fees of average of 250 per month. There's another 3 grand, and then every commission they take a split of. So the
Right.
average brokerage takes 12 to 20 out of each person. So if the average agent's only making 60,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no money to be made necessarily. The kids that do really good in it are like, I mean, I've got a personality which is suited for real estate. What I don't have is I don't have a very strong ability to BS, not at my age. And that's a
Hmm.
lot of the fake it till you make it stuff is just tell the client what they need. And I got in trouble the first couple of years with the first brokerage I was with. They said, you're not there to be these people's mentor. You're there to sell houses, say what you need to sell houses. And I'm just like, no wonder you guys are working 90 hours a week, like door knocking and trying to find new customers because you're burning the ones you got.
Right.
To me, it
Exactly.
would just make more sense to look after the customers, wait for a slow burn, and do it as you
Yeah.
go. So people I have that, like, I mean, I think I've done 4 deals just through one girl, and she just referred me to somebody else, and that challenge was I did they want you to set up like a farm area. Farm area was huge back 30 years ago when we didn't have the internet. You wanted to move into X area, you wanted a school district, you went and saw George Costanza because that's his area.
Right.
And now we still do farm areas to some extent as far as you do your bench signs and your face plastered all over the buses and stuff like that. The
Right.
the area that I chose was for condos because I like to be very analytical, and that condos are easy to do it on. Houses, very rarely do you find, even if you find in a development 2 houses that have sold, you have elevation A, elevation B, and usually 10
Right.
models in a housing. But condos, you got 938, 1038, 1138. Those units are all identical, so it's easier to get like an exact number. So I did probably I think I did 5 to 8 thousand in the first year of marketing to that build those set of buildings that I chose as my farm area, and
Hmm.
I that was where that I got 2 listings from it, but the listings came like 3 years after I did the marketing, and I wish I had continued on with the marketing because at the time you're bleeding money and you're
Right.
paying real estate agents and everybody's got their hand out, and every time you like I just rebranded or changed brokerages, and that probably cost me 3 grand. New signs, new open house signs, new. I got both of my cars are got my real estate on it, new business cards,
Right.
all that
Wrapped
stuff.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the car is not wrapped because the wrapping is like 6 grand a car. I've got like
Oh, wow.
just the 2 doors plus the like 2 doors on either side and the back window,
Hmm.
and that was only it was 900.
Okay. Wow. I didn't
Enough
realize
real
it was that
estate.
much money.
Yeah, the real estate game is not. It's the we could easily fix real estate, but nobody wants to. The way to fix real estate is the government gets involved, and it's more like a lawyer situation. And honestly, when I did the course, I was like, man, the stuff that you're getting into, nobody should be doing this but a lawyer. For me to be able to take with the education level that I had, and I'm not
Right.
stupid. I'm not a stupid guy, but as far as education went, I only had my grade. I didn't have my grade 12. I had my GED, but I was able to score fairly high on the exams and get my real estate license. But when I was doing the real estate license, I'm like, man, the only people that should be doing this are lawyers,
Hmm.
honestly. You can fix the real estate very easily. If I did no, none of my job was capturing clients, and all I did was process deals and take people to see clients. I could probably do 20 deals a year and do it for as little as like 0.75%. But then the brokerages wouldn't make money. There wouldn't be as many brokerages. There would be only 15,000 agents instead of 70,000 agents. So the people that are in charge of the colleges and are in charge of all the stuff that benefit from that, they're all the
Yeah.
real estate. They're the brokerages, and they're making a ton of money. They make a killing on you whether you sell a thing or not. The first year I did it, I had a pass. The second year I did it, I didn't meet the quota, and I ended up
Mm.
the one deal I did do. Entire thing went for commission because I failed to meet the minimum requirements, and I left at that point to another brokerage.
Yeah.
As
That's
far as the
wild.
market goes, the market's not going anywhere. You see a lot of these things on the internet. Oh, this house in Brampton sold for an $800,000 loss. It was bought in 2021 for this amount and for $3 million, and it just sold for $875,000 below. And like in
Hmm.
reality, that same house that they're talking about, and I made this comment I've only done it once. I'm not doing it again. Um, I ran the numbers on it from the first time it sold in 2016 to 2026 was a 10-year period, and I have a calculator on my computer. The Treb 100-year I think is 5.03% accumulative value on
Yeah.
your home, and when you ran that number, it came up to exactly. I think it was within like 15,000 of what the house sold for in 2026.
Okay.
Not when it sold in 2021, but like, I mean, you're talking about we have no control over immigration. That was
Hmm.
driving the stuff. Nobody will say it because you
Right.
sound like a bigot or whatever you want, especially on a white guy. You can't say that when you're in the sort of the minority in that conversation. No, it's driven by immigration. From what I saw, I had people coming into Canada, been there for 3 months, owned an international company, and bought a $3 million home, just like that.
Right.
And that's what drives up the prices when
Oh, for sure.
money's in and people are that have the comp like this. The person whoever said this, I'm like, you're not talking about entry homes. That's where the conversation starts. Anything after an entry home, if you sell your home for $1 million and then upgrade to a $1.3 million house during the COVID, you haven't overpaid by 70%. It's maybe 70% of the difference of the two homes, but everything's kind of
Hmm.
similar. It's relative. It's relative, and in reality,
Yeah.
when the stocks are low, you buy. When the stocks are high, you sell. That's
Right.
not what people were doing. And the general rule of real estate is when the value or when the market is at its lowest, you buy as much money as you can with the money
Hmm.
that you have, as much house as you can with the money you have.
Right.
When the real
Yeah.
estate it was as high as you can, you sell your home and you buy the smallest home or you rent. That's one
Right.
of the theories in real estate is as far as investment goes, because I do a little bit of investment
Yeah.
clients. If you want to live in Toronto and you want a 5,000 square foot home that's $3 million, your mortgage implication is 15,000 a month. You can rent that same house for 7. So you take that $3 million you're going to invest and you buy 10 homes in a market where you're covered 100% of your mortgage, not a little bit, and then you rent
Right.
in Toronto. So
Right.
enough real
But
estate.
no, but kind of what you said before, it kind of works for all markets, right? You want to buy low, sell high.
Yeah,
You don't want to be the sucker buying high, but in order to sell, there has to be a buyer at that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yep,
so it's not like stocks where you just dump it on the bank or whatever you into thin air wherever you sell it to when it's
yeah,
high. Someone still has to buy that stock. The bank
yep,
buys the stock or whoever is doing
yep.
the trading. But yeah, there's always going to be someone. Like when I bought my house a year ago, the person bought it in 20, I want to say 2020, and they paid more than
Then
what
you
I
did.
bought it for.
Yep,
Yeah. And they put work
yep,
into it. So,
yeah.
I mean, they lost. I know they lost, but I mean,
But in
all
reality,
relative.
like the theory of relativity, okay, but they might have lost, and if they sold the house they did that they
Hmm.
bought from you and felt like they lost something, but then they upgraded, well, that house that they even if they lost 200,000 with you, they got that other house, so probably would have been 400,000. So in essence, they're 2,000 in the pocket. It might
Right.
feel like, and that's the thing is in real estate, you can't really have an opinion. Oh, I sold and when it was low and I lost 400,000. No, well, it's investing. The key to investing is buying and selling when the market suits what you're doing. And if you go in,
Right.
we have that sort of, I do anyways, very strong rule with my real estate investors that you're looking, this is 10 years. You don't look at, and I had people that invested 3.5, 4 years ago at ball
Yeah.
python people, and they went in, but they're fully covered, covering their margin. And I said, don't look back, don't look what the market's doing. We're going to look back. You're not going to look back at this in 30 years. Go, oh, I really wish I
Right.
hadn't paid that money at the time you did. Well, your mortgage is paid off. You invested. You made far more money than you would in anything else. And everything has risk inherent. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, long
Right.
term project, not short term.
Exactly. Exactly. There's a question there for you. Can you see it?
Uh,
Or it says Morpheus excited to see that pairing. Hopefully hit the Pompeii.
um, Zeus Herrera. I don't know who that is.
It's
The name of the
Drew. He's in my
person.
town. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I have. I think I have one, two, three. I think I have three chances to hit Pompeii's, but they could be asphalt Pompeii's, which is way more useful than a yellow belly Pompeii. But I've also got Hurricane in there as well, plus chances of hitting freeway. I got yellow belly on one side, asphalt on the other, and I got banana in some of those genes and Hurricane. So the Pompeii's. I was looking up that the other day. How many Pompeii's do you think, Joe, have been
Mm-hmm.
hit?
Have been hit?
How
Like
many Pompeii's have been made?
just a straight Pompeii?
Straight Pompeii
Uh
or Pompeii, not Pompeii-ish,
mhm.
Pompeii or Pompeii plus.
Okay. I'm gonna say 100.
Hmm. I was thinking at least 50.
Okay. I know the last few
Ba-
years it kind of more common, but
Baker hit one. Um, I think JP Reptiles here has hit four of them.
hmm
He's got a couple now that are they're Pompeii, Het Desert Ghost. I think Justin just hit the Pompeii. Uh,
the hypo DG clown, I think.
no, I think it's Pompeii DG G stripe. It looks
Oh,
wicked. Yeah, it
damn.
looks wicked.
Damn. Okay.
The hypos, I think the ones with hypo were all het hypo or something. I don't know. He may have
Yeah.
hit those too that I didn't see him, but
Yeah. I know they just put out a video on Friday and I was looking at it. I was like,
yeah, I watched
damn.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey.
don't. JP has one or two on his morph market. Yeah, yeah, and they when I got in, I think they were. I think when I got in 5 years ago, Jordan had just paid 20 for his, and I think the ones that are on there now that I see are at like 2,500 for a male, 3,000 for a female, somewhere around there.
You paid 20 for a Pompeii?
He paid 20 for a Pompeii. He paid
Did you pay like
four.
7 grand
I
for a
think
Batman?
I think he paid. Yeah, he did a bunch of things. If you
Yeah.
hear him on, and this, I'm not, spilling his dirty garbage because he actually
Right.
says it right on one of his podcasts. He paid, I think, 50 or 60,000 US for a triple, and within a year, a triple visual because he wanted a triple visual. Within a year, those triple visuals were selling for 15,000, and
Damn.
I think his wasn't growing or whatever it was on that point. It was just like,
Yeah. You know what the triple was or
um, I think it was DG Clown Hypo or Exantic or
okay.
something. It was just whatever. Jordan, I don't remember which one it was on. Jordan, I'm just on Morph Market now. I'm going to type
Yeah.
in Pompeii to see what that comes up because I know Jordan had. I know he had one. I
hmm
just didn't know whether.
Are they still fetching a pretty penny or are they come way down too?
It really did what the Pompeii's.
Yeah.
Um, like this one here says pastel Pompeii and Barnhart black pastel, 1,000
Hmm.
bucks.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, but it's got pastel in it, so that completely destroys the value of the thing. Fire Het Pompeii, 1,600.
Het
Uh,
Pompeii. Okay.
yeah, Jordan's is black pastel, red stripe, yellow belly, Batman. So and it's 1,600. So it's actually a leopard Pompeii for 1,700, 1,640.
Okay. So
Um,
Jamie.
however, it does have leopard in it, and I would argue that leopard is falling very close to on the heels of pastel as far as we need to be careful we're pairing with, and the sales I've noticed the trends are not the greatest on the leopard clown stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
However, what did I see? I saw I think Miguel posted a Batman Sunset Ultramel. I think it was
The
either
triple?
Batman. No, well, that was a Batman. Uh, no, maybe it was just a Batman Sunset,
Or was it a,
and it was
a Gotham coral?
stupidly gorgeous.
Yeah. Was it a coral glow sunset clown
I,
with
I
the
don't
leopard?
remember
I
now.
can't remember. Yeah.
I don't remember now, but it was leopard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but leopard's on my poo poo list only because for one simple reason: if it doesn't go with freeway clown, I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. I still
The
love leopard.
freeway clown with leopard in it doesn't look very good. Most of the
Hmm.
ones that Billy made had pastel and leopard. They age really well, but they get washed out, and a leopard just messes with the pattern. I don't like anything that messes with the pattern. Part of the reason why I don't
Yeah.
like GHI in the clown stuff. What else is
Interesting.
up here? Pompeii male, 2025, 3,500 bucks. Another one, 3,500 bucks. Another one from Jordan for 3,500. That one actually has redhead and leopard, and that one's a killer smoking animal for 3,500 bucks.
Yeah. That's one
So
thing you don't see too much anymore is the redhead. It came in
no,
and it was just gone. Like it's
yeah,
weird.
I've got one, and it looks like garbage.
Send it over.
Oh no, you wouldn't like it. And of course, he's got like a nasty shed on him.
Oh, okay.
That I got off of
Pinstripe redhead? What is that?
yeah,
Yeah.
pinstripe redhead. Well, I think it's pinstripe redhead leopard.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, you hate leopard. Send her.
that's what I said, dude. It was a I'm just pulling up my Husbandry Pro because I wanted to see what it was. I got it off of auction. It was one of those auctions that I won, and I'm like, oh, you idiot! Why did you do that?
Hmm. I've done
And
that a few times.
oh man, if I had
Yeah.
a dollar for every time I've done that,
Oh,
I've won 3 auctions in the last like 2 weeks, and I'm like,
yeah. Sometimes
what
you
were
throw a
you?
bit just to watch it and then you win it. You're like,
What were
oh
you
my
doing?
God. I freaking
Yeah.
won it.
So that thing is a pinstripe fire leopard het clown, and the way I read his thing, it said redhead, but then in the description in the fine print said probable redhead.
Oh shit.
I was not happy. I was gonna lose it on the seller,
Yeah.
but then I showed it to Austin, and Austin's like, "That's got to be redhead."
Yeah. There's no
And that
test
was
for it yet, eh?
for redhead. No,
Yeah.
no, I
Okay.
don't think in the States or here. And
Okay.
that was not. I think I paid. I think I paid 700 bucks
Oh shit. No
on
heads?
on an auction. Oh, it's a hat clown. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Then I got that in February of last year at 560 grams,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now March, and it's still 750 grams. So
So 200 grams in 13 months
250 grams in
or 15
14
months.
months, 14,
Yeah.
15 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And when you compare that to, I had some challenges with some animals that I bought from a certain guy, and I don't want to put his name in because I don't want to drive people down the mud. Um, but this guy's stuff, I bought a 403-gram animal in June, and it is 1,250 grams right now. Next year, not even we're not even a year, and it's already
Wow.
950 grams.
So either they exploded after you got them, or they weren't feeding.
No, no, he was feeding it good
He was
because
okay.
the birth date.
Yeah.
Look, what's the birth date on it? And sometimes I'll throw these into my genetic calculator as far as I have a just it's a spreadsheet in it. You put in the weight when you got it and the weight it is now,
Yeah.
and it'll continue on that trajectory and tell
Trajectory.
you
Okay.
when it's going to hit 1,500 grams. Yeah,
Yeah.
the date of birth was 2024, November 11th. So we're not even 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So it by November 11th, 2026, that will be on eggs. I'm hoping, and that's a yellow belly stranger clown, and
Yeah.
I'm pairing that to Austin's Hurricane Asphalt Red Stripe. What else is in there? Hurricane Asphalt Red Stripe. Man, why can I not remember what's in Austin's animal now? That's pretty. That's pretty bad.
Too many genes. That's the problem.
It's a maybe that is all that's in it. Hurricane Red Stripe, Asphalt Clown, and it's also Mojave. And I would not have bought that animal. The reason why, Black Pastel,
Okay.
and it's Black Pest U.S. line Black Pastel.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was okay with that animal because I eventually went across the two projects from the asphalt and super asphalt clown into the ultramel, and Mojave goes wicked good in ultramel,
Right.
especially
It
when you put
does.
banana and stuff in there. I know banana and ultramel don't make a big difference, but
Hmm.
banana and Mojave work well, and Mojave and ultramel work well, so that would be cool. So
Yeah. That does sound like fun.
Billy and I were not arguing, but Billy and I were talking this week about
Talking
uh,
lovely.
no, well about that I'm pairing that too much,
Oh,
because I have since I started pairing it in January, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 copulations since January out of
but
him. But
how many
that
females?
I don't. I'm losing track. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not okay. So let's talk about that for a second.
Yep.
Because I'm hearing like these big breeders like Babu and Justin and whatever are just pairing like twice a year kind of thing. Like their girls twice.
Yeah.
At this follicle, done.
Boom. Yep.
So I mean that's one way to stretch your male. If you had an ultrasound
100%.
and
Yeah.
you were confident in doing that. Like for me, I'm still doing one monthly if I'm ultrasounding, but I
Well,
mean,
I have an ultrasound, but I have a different theory to that because Billy's worried that you're going to run the male out of sperm. Um, the
yeah,
first year that I did it, I bred 23 females and I was heading for like 95% of my females were going. Um,
right,
and I was running a male that was first year, never been bred, and I ran him to 9 females and I had 100% success on that male.
okay,
So I understand what Billy's saying, but I
yeah,
don't have a choice because when you look at the male, this one from Austin's Asphalt Hurricane, Black Pastel, Mojave Clown, and Red Stripe is like 90% sure. The only other male that I've got is an Asphalt male, this Asphalt Clown. So for
okay,
me to pair the two different ones and take a possible loss, I'd rather have the male go to them and lock and lose 30 or 40% of the clutches because there's not enough sperm, then pair it to an asphalt and guarantee there's not. You know what I mean?
right,
If I pair it to an asphalt clown, most of the females that I have are het clowns. But I still have, like, I think I worked out all my odds on the 9 clutches I'm going to do. Um, nine, 9 clutches, I think, plus this one, because it's not counting the yellow belly stranger. I think 9 clutches, and I think I worked out the odds for eggs average. I should hit 6 freeway clowns that are going to have a mixture of super black pastel, because I'm going 2 different lines of black pastel to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got Hurricane, Banana. They'll a couple, 3 of them will be Pompeii. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, awesome. Now, is that the only way you would do it? Is mixing the two different lines of black pastel, like to avoid
Oh,
that
100%. So
the
what we
defects?
know so far, and I'm taking a lot of the people that are doing this project are very hush hush. Now, I've
Okay.
been told by, I'm going to go out on a limb because I don't like to quote people when they're not here, but Tom Barnhart said to me, "Don't go black pastel to black pastel, at least not my line." Um,
Yeah. Do
so
you see that
we
comment I just pinned?
just want to
Sorry.
say hi and big thanks to Jeff for banana region. Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, yeah. It's that guy bought him and his son came over and he picked one, and he actually had a lot of
Nice.
patience because the one that he had picked, I was having trouble getting it over to Frozen Thought, of course, and then the 3 siblings were all going crazy, but the one he picked was the one that I think had the jack o' lantern. I posted one that had a jack o' lantern in the bottom of it. It was a full jack o' lantern at the bottom of the 2 eyes and the nose, and it was a
Oh,
crazy snake.
interesting.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good kid.
Yeah. Anyway, continue your story. You're talking
Yeah.
about
What story?
the
What story? I was talking about a
the
story.
the people pairing the different lines behind
Oh
the
yeah.
scenes kind of thing.
So I know it's been done in Canada successfully, black pastel to black pastel, but the person was not forthcoming in the information they were giving out.
Okay.
So I was quizzing Heather here on our genetics about as far as black pastel, and she said, "Are you sure that's a black pastel?" And I said, "Because of what it is, it's an asphalt black pastel, so it's an asphalt black pewter.
Mm-hmm.
Black pewter almost looks like Hurricane. It's
Okay.
a very strong reaction,
Yeah.
especially with asphalt or anything in the yellow belly genes in there. So we know it's a black pastel line, but it tested negative for US line, which is Justin. They tested negative for Barnhart black pastel line, Barnhart, and then it tested negative for our Canadian line. So I know that I have the mom was an asphalt black pastel, but it doesn't test as black pastel because we know there's 5 lines supposedly.
Right.
So I have the 4th line. I don't know where the 5th line is. I would assume it's in Europe probably. So I have the 4th line, and she said, "Do you have anything that you can pair black pastel to black pastel?" I said, "What about Austin's mail that he just sent me?" Because that was from Justin. That was Justin sold Nasty Morphs and Animal, and I think it was a Pompeii or Pompeii-ish. Uh, Nasty, Nate and Trevor did a pairing with Austin. This mail came out. Austin was going to pair it, and I desperately needed a mail. Um, and I made a deal with Austin where I bought several $1,000 worth of, I think it was 5 or 6 animals, and
Yeah.
he gave me this with the caveat: if it tests monsoon, I got to give it back. So it tested negative for het monsoon, negative for het hypo, which was a bummer for me because I was hoping it was
Right.
het hypo, but positive for asphalt, Hurricane, black pastel, Mojave. We didn't need to test, and it was obvious visual clown. The red stripe, we don't have a test for the red stripe yet.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
fact, the test for the red stripe in the U.S. is only 80% accurate. And Justin, I would follow what Justin does. Justin is putting anything red stripe or super red stripe in parentheses unless he knows it came from a super red stripe or super
Right.
red stripe to super red stripe.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Did you?
that'll be interesting. So that pairing is super black pastel, super asphalt, red stripe, hurricane. So it's missing the spot nose. But
Okay.
like that's an insane snake, and I have already sold one of those because somebody knows that line that I have. They don't even care what I hit. If I hit a super asphalt clown that is either super black pastel, or hurricane, they'll pay. And it's the most expensive snake I've sold by far. Now, theoretically sold. The
Right.
person
Right.
could croak from it, but it's from a very reputable, one of the top, I would say, top 5 in Canada. Has already knew what pairings that what I was doing. So yeah, if you hit that, because I was talking to him theoretically, because Austin and I were talking about that. Theoretically, we know Pompeys are down to like $2,500.
Right.
If you hit a freeway Pompey that has hurricane, what's that worth? And I told him, or a super asphalt that's pump. I don't think I can hit a super asphalt Pompey. I think I can only hit
Because of the yellow belly. Yeah.
freeway hurt. Yeah, because the three spot noses that I have are all yellow belly. Spot nose banana, pastel, yellow belly het clown, and then spot nose red stripe yellow belly, and that spot nose red stripe yellow belly clown. That one could actually hit super red stripe Pompey with hurricane, which would be insane if that
That would
did
be
it.
insane. Yeah.
And then the third one is the one I'm really hoping for. That one's banana red stripe yellow belly clown to Austin's male, and that's what my goal for the entire season would be if I hit a banana hurricane freeway. That one actually could be Pompey. A banana hurricane Pompey freeway clown. That's
Yeah.
just like, who knows what that'll look like. But I'm trying to be careful that I'm not mixing genes in there that will cancel each other out, and I don't think any of those genes will, because banana's not really a pattern mutator much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a, and like I wish somebody could correct me on that, but I think it's mainly like it's almost like an albino trait. In fact, it has red
Mm-hmm.
eyes, right? It's almost like a single gene albino type animal.
Right.
I don't know whether they call those T positive, T negative, whatever. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah. But with the hurricane and the spot nose, they both tighten up the pattern on the clown. Will it wipe it
And
out
that's
in
the
the
thing, is
freeway?
because I think I did. I'm not sure the Hurricane Pompey's been made, because I know they've made
I think Coil had that one, right?
chocolate Pompeii. I think they've. I don't know if Coil, because if he's in here, no, he's out with his wife on Mother's Day right now. He
Oh,
was gonna. I asked him if he wanted to jump in, because he just
yeah.
dropped a video that he did a new setup on his stuff.
Oh, right.
What else did they do? I think they did Stranger. The Stranger Pompeii looks good, and
Yeah.
that's not Stranger Pompeii ish. Like they're taking out the black pastel and putting in Stranger. They're adding
Right.
Stranger to it. I wouldn't
Right.
call it anything Pompeii unless it's like the same genes as the Pompeii plus other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I'm
I
trying to
could
remember.
kind of say that I've got a Pompeii if it's got black, doesn't have the black pastel, but it's got the
It's
hurricane.
replaced
It'll
with,
look
yeah.
similar, but
Right.
not the same.
Or like a cinnamon version instead of black pesto or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think people should do that. If it's going to be what do they call the other, some of those other projects? Like, well, imagine doing that to the
A
Batman.
spin-off.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's not black pastel spot nose, black pastel yellow, or leopard yellow belly instead. It looks similar.
Or
No,
the
we
leopard
weren't doing it bad.
cypress. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's another gene that would look like wickedly good in that whole project. And I'm kind of coming at it from two different angles, because I did a bunch of pairings. I've got a banana cypress asphalt, banana cypress asphalt. That could be all it is. Banana cypress asphalt het clown, and then a female, and I've got a cypress asphalt orange dream het clown female, and a
Hmm.
cypress asphalt het clown male. And I could probably hit. I'll probably go for something before the females hit, that I could get the visual in the asphalt or freeway cypress, because it'd be interesting to see super cypress. Super cypress is interesting. Who did the super cypress? Somebody
Is it?
did.
That's not lethal.
No.
Like like the Powerball kind of.
Well, I would assume it probably is something similar to that, but people do
Yeah.
Powerball all the time. Justin does Powerball all the
I don't know. He hit that one in that last video, and it was like
time. Oh,
it
was
was
it?
staring at this guy. Oh yeah, like it's got a bit of a wobble. It's like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
corkscrewing.
because they said, oh, it's not completely. And I just like
Yeah.
ethically, how do we treat those animals? Because with Sean and Chris, we hit another freeway clutch, and we got one with two eyes, or sorry, one with two eyes missing, one with one eye missing, and they both have
Hmm.
kinks. And like ethically, should you be feeding those off, putting them down, or letting them? Because I've got
Yeah. See, for me, it all depends where the kink is.
I've got
And if they have a wobble, it doesn't really matter. My spider was my best eater, and she had a massive wobble. But
no
oh yeah,
no
yeah,
no eyes,
yeah,
and absolutely the most darling little snake. I got her home. It was a pastel freeway, and it
yeah,
probably only would have sold for $300. And I found a home for it, and I didn't want to. I don't. It's not that I don't want to give the snake away. It's that I
yeah.
want to be very careful that people aren't just taking it because it's free. So I said $50, and they took it. And that, but
Oh, okay.
they had 8 animals, so
Yeah,
they've had some experience. But she's one of the best eaters. She just goes like
yeah,
this with her nose, touches the thing, and doesn't strike it. It goes and then just opens her mouth and eats it. It's hilarious.
yeah,
She's a sweetheart.
yeah,
Billy's got two of them at Mutation Creation. One with two eyes and one with two eyes missing, one with one eye missing, and they're my favorite snakes. They're never strikey. Like we don't
hmm
certainly don't want to breed them. Hey, let's breed these two no-eyed snakes to the other one to see if we can get them all with no eyes. We're not doing that. Well, hard one.
yeah, yeah. I know. That one didn't have a kink, so it's just blind.
No, that one is just blind, but
Mm,
that's from Chris and Shauna, and that was the same clutch, or not the same clutch, a different clutch, but same scenario.
yeah,
One had two eyes missing. One had one eye missing.
yeah. And no spikes, no power loss in the incubator. It's
No, and like
just happened.
Chris felt bad just because he's Chris and he likes to overthink like me.
Hmm.
And I said, Chris, was the clutch before it fine? Yeah. Clutch behind it fine? Yeah. So it wasn't your problem. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's right.
So time for story time with Joe. Go for it.
Been a busy week over here, my friend. Oh man, I was telling you I had that egg-bound female, and I had to deal with that all week. So she dropped an egg 2 weeks ago. I was or a week and a half ago. Yes, I was going on to Morph on the Wednesday night, and she had just dropped an egg just before the show. I was like, sweet, she's first clutch of the year. Here we go. That was it. No more eggs. I could see the bulges in her. Soaked her, let her relax. Wouldn't It wouldn't budge. There was one egg and then one above it. The one above it, I could slide it up and down in the belly, no problem. This one was fixed, and I was like panicking. I was like, I don't PTSD because my first clutch
Oh yeah.
was, I lost my first snake. Hey, you're upside down now.
Am I upside down?
Yeah, I can see
I
up your
just I
nose.
I just had the 20-minute warning on my phone
Oh,
with the battery, so I'm like, okay, try to do it
oh,
upside down. It's
yeah,
balancing on the cord right now. So.
oh shit. But yeah, so I was watching videos and I actually reached out to Shane from Small Town.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Yep.
nice guy. Like
Yep.
we were talking for a couple of days and kind of walking me through it. And I watched one of his videos where he had an egg bound female, and I was just kind of doing what he was doing, and the eggs wouldn't come out. So I ended up aspirating. Um,
I don't know what that is.
so you poke a needle in the side of the snake, go to and take the fluid out of the egg.
Oh, you were trying to do that.
Yeah. So I
Yep.
did it. I did
Kevin
it.
McCurley has a video out on that.
Yeah. So I did it on the two
Yep.
eggs, and I got lots of fluid out, which was great. And she ended up passing the second egg. She
Mm.
passed, and which was fine. Everything was great. But then the other one was stuck, and I did the little finger manipulation. I actually made a video today. It's going to come out on
You did
Wednesday.
not get your finger up there.
I put gloves on, a little bit of lube.
No, but I'm saying you got your fingers up there.
Oh yeah. So once you go in, there's yeah. For you, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But there's three holes, right? So you got
Yeah.
the two oviducts and then the rectum. So I found the one oviduct and I was searching, but it was empty. That must have been the one that the other egg came through.
Yeah.
So I found the other side, but it was like such a pinhole. I couldn't get my finger. So I had
Mm.
my wife try it because we're both nurses, so we're
Yeah, yeah. She has
pretty
tiny
good with
fingers
the
and she's used to this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good with the
So
manual.
I'm gonna be rude. Have you
Yeah.
ever had to do that on a female when they're in labor? Like, is it similar to?
I actually have never worked in obstetrics before, so I
Okay.
never. But I've people trying to deliver large poops. I've had to help manipulate the rectum, but never, never, never
Oh
a ball
man,
python. But
Joe,
and
that's not fair. You're just setting
no.
me up so bad, man.
But yeah, we ended
Oh,
up getting my wife got her finger in the opening of the oviduct, and she
yeah.
was able to stretch it enough, and then she got her finger up, and we manipulated
Wow.
it, was able to squeeze it out. But yeah, I got lucky, I think. But she's still, she's hasn't eaten or anything, but it's been 3 days, and knock on
Oh,
wood.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because I was actually, I thought you had intimated that she had passed. Watch
No, no,
this.
no.
I'm going to be really. Oh, is that over top of the camera?
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
over top of the camera.
Now you're not. Oh, he just jumped off. What's going on, Craig? What's up, Big Mike? Let me see if I get let me get him back in here. Probably just deleted Instagram. I can't believe he just jumped out. Funny guy. Where is he? There he is. Hey.
Funny, making fun of the old folks again.
Yeah, yeah.
I did actually. I don't know what I touched, but it it went to an ad, and I'm like, where'd this come from? Oh, guess we jumped out. Uncle
uh,
Craig's in here. Get Uncle
yeah.
Craig in here to weigh in.
All right, Craig. Drop a
Craig, you coming on? Are you in a mood?
drop a request.
Um,
But yeah,
so the female's still alive.
still alive. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She actually passed some stool today, so knock on wood, we're in the
well,
clear.
you're lucky. I had a female that was fourth year,
Here
four-year
it
old,
comes. Yeah,
4 year old, and I hadn't paid tons of money. I think it was like $800 in, maybe with food. And it was egg bound, and a friend of mine who's very close decided he was going to try to help the eggs down the oviduct, and I think unfortunately
and like force.
tore the oviduct clean out,
Oh,
and the snake passed within 2 hours. So,
yeah, yeah.
and
It's
it was a snake that my wife had been using for teaching.
oh,
So it was her baby snake, and she's not in the snakes at all. But it was an
yeah.
ivory, and the ivories are just who
Yeah,
doesn't love ivories?
right.
Yep.
Uncle
How
Craig.
how many egg-bound females have you guys had? Sorry,
One.
That
hi
was the
Craig. How
only
are you?
one I had.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Um, one time, and what it ended up coming out 2 weeks later, um, and it was stuck behind a big bunch of poop
Okay,
somehow.
Wow.
So
interesting.
the egg came out, but I was worried that it was gonna, kill the animal,
Right,
Um,
it
but
starts to rot, I guess.
everyone just said, be patient, be patient, be patient. Don't worry about it. It'll
Hmm.
happen. And yep, it worked out.
Oh, it's awesome.
I think
Yeah.
year one, the snake mound that I had was I wasn't there, so it was kind of like being bred by a friend of mine. But year one, I had one egg came out, and then I think 12 or 13 days later, I'm freaking out, and Austin's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." She
Yep.
passed. She laid the rest of the eggs. Those eggs laid in the same amount of time, 52 days,
Hmm.
Oh, they
whatever
were
it
still
was.
good, still viable.
They were still fine, but the
Wow.
first egg was bad. The
Yeah.
first egg she passed was bad. So the kind of the running theory from I think the veterinarian would be that she knew that egg wasn't good and she had to get rid of it because
Yeah.
maybe it was starting to rot. We don't have a clue what these animals are doing. How on earth does a snake kick out an egg and she'll leave that out for a couple of days. If you see that egg still out, you handle that egg. That egg's bad. How
Yeah.
on earth does that? How does that snake know that?
It's crazy.
Electrolysis or some weird type of magnetic resonance, or who knows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is
just
pretty
making up.
amazing.
I was just making up those words to sound fancy. By the way, I have no idea what they meant.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
not a
That
running theory for anybody, just in case.
that first egg that came out was the only one that was good in the whole clutch. Well, obviously, I had to aspirate the other ones, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm only like 20 clutches deep into my career, and I've had two egg-bound females. Like,
Mm.
it's
So
stuff that people never experience. It's like, damn.
different females, obviously,
Yeah, yeah. My first one passed, and then this one. It's not
and
even from the same
and,
parents.
and different
Nothing.
males.
Different males. Yeah.
Did you get them as hatchlings or breeder females?
Good
The
question.
fir- no, both of them. So this one that just happened, I hatched, and then the
Mm.
one before that I bought as a like 100-gram baby.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Because I
yeah.
have heard when Greg said that, it triggered my memory. Somebody told me that they did that back in the day. If they had an egg-bound female, they would sell her, and then
Oh, really?
they would repeat that. So
Yeah. No,
I
she's a
think
pet now.
general rule of thumb is if you have an egg-bound female and she lives, you don't breed her the next year.
Hmm.
You give her a year off,
I
Yep.
ain't ever gonna breed her again. I don't think.
and just
Oh.
cross your fingers that wasn't the $9,000 when you bought off of Justin.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
Greg,
Yeah.
how many? Well, I'm one. Uh, it's actually not true. I'm on clutch number 3, but this is at Billy's. This is my second clutch in the incubator. First one's out already, so I got one clutch in the incubator. Joe, you got two.
Two.
What
I
do you got,
got
Fair.
two.
Greggy? You're at
I
two.
got two. One just pipped, and so I cut them, and they're DG hypo with black pastel and Sheehan leopard. So,
Oh,
Awesome.
um,
hypo black
yeah,
black pastel looks insane. It's like orange.
yeah,
How'd you get orange out of black pastel?
I know. I mean,
Hmm.
baby, I got three of them. The babies are orange. I mean,
Oh, good.
like,
So you hit
like,
hypos then.
yeah,
That's exciting.
so anyway, actually, I was supposed to hit hypo on each one. You know, they haven't shed out, of course. So, one of them, I'm like, wow, I don't even see hypo in the head. I can't figure it out. But we'll see.
Interesting.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they need to shed out before some of them look hypo.
Yeah. Well, what's the pairing on that?
Male was a black pastel DG hypo double
Oh,
visual,
double visual. Okay.
and the female um, was Enchi leopard hypo 100% het DG.
Okay.
So you should have been everything should have been visual hypo then.
Yep, everything should have been visual hypo. So
Hmm.
it's my first
Interesting.
hypo clutch. So
Yeah.
I don't know, you know,
Yeah. Was there a goal animal or
um, anything with anything with the black pastel, the DG and hypo, I would be happy
male,
with or
female?
without the Enchi and
Yeah.
the um, leopard. But yeah, and then my other clutches, just straight up MJ Xanthic pied.
Hmm.
So with OD.
Lightning to lightning plus OD.
Yep. Male is a het MJ.
Okay.
No, sorry, it's an MJ het pied. Female is pied het MJ. But the
You're
male has
still
OD.
one in 4 chances of hitting a lightning
Yep. Yep.
with OD with just OD in it.
Yeah. Just OD.
What's
Yep.
what's your goal for that? Do you have a goal, or you just like sometimes we just like the snakes, just want to make one, but is that
I
like
would.
expo
Um,
animal or
No, I have some ideas about where I want to go with MJ, and then I've got some ideas about where I want to go with the DG Hypo stuff. Um, um, but really, my goal right now is to make the foundational animals, just
yeah?
make
Hmm.
making visuals. And getting those foundational animals. I've seen some interesting lightning pied stuff, um, combos. I'd love to get Scrambler into it, or Enchi, and stuff like that.
Nice. Does the OD make it a higher weight, or does it affect it?
I don't think so. No, I
Okay.
don't think it would. Um, I haven't seen the OD in the lightning pied, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine that it would do that.
I'm just thinking because the saddles are normally really orange on the outside, right, for the OD pieds, and then that would
Mhm.
take away all that orange color. So maybe it would. Wonder if it would shrink. It would just be lines almost at that point. I wonder. Yeah.
You guys are
No clue.
talking a different language. You're talking pied. I don't speak pied.
Yeah.
Craig, do you do any expos or
Yeah,
shows?
I do some Repticons and Show Me's. You know,
How
um,
many would be your goal to do? Like keep it under this, but over that,
4 or under, honestly.
four
You
or under?
know,
Yeah, yeah,
um, so I just don't have a lot of infrastructure to, you
yeah.
know, um, and I guess I don't really have a desire to be a road dog either. You know, I come
Not
from
doing
the
like
music
Bob
business.
Vu, 40 shows in 1 year or whatever he did. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just, dude.
it's crazy,
You're an animal.
amazing.
Yeah. Now, what kind
I
of
don't like doing
infrastructure?
the 3 or 4 we have.
Yeah. What kind of infrastructure do you mean you would need? Like just like a setup crew, or like to take care of your other businesses, or?
No, I mean, I guess I didn't really mean infrastructure. It's like you have to kind of, if you want to do a lot of shows, you kind of have to resign your weekends to this,
Hmm.
and you have to you have to be tooled for it, and you have to iterate and get better at it, and I have friends that do full time every weekend there at shows, you
Wow.
know,
Hmm.
and it's, there was a time in my life when that would have appealed to me, but I'm sort of at a late stage in life, and I just really don't want to spend all my weekends on the road,
No.
setting up in different places, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have sort of not max four, but I think we've got roughly 4 shows in Toronto. We the CBRE this year.
Hmm.
My son's getting
CRD.
married. Yeah, my
Yeah.
son's getting married on the Thursday down in uh, down in South Carolina
Awesome.
on the Thursday. Well, it is, but
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be back for Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I can see some marital problems coming forward. I can see buying a new diamond ring that's in my future. Very, very, very close. Oh,
Yeah. Are
yeah.
you helping Billy on that show, or?
I'm helping Billy, but
Yeah.
like I probably spend too much time OCDing on what is coming and have all of my clutches in sort of a calculator as far as when they're going to come, when they're going to drop, when they're going to have eggs, and I kind of project that if I do hit any of the freeway Pompeys or any of those, I may have 1 or 2 of them on the ground, and I would have liked to have kind of done the show on my own and gone sort of big just to kind of because I did the show a bunch of the first couple the year I did, but I had nothing worthwhile to show. I think the first year I hit back then super asphalts were big, and I hit what ended up being an orange dream pastel super asphalt that sold for 3,300, and I made a banana orange dream fire pastel super asphalt that was back then worth like 5 grand, and that was like out of the animals
Yeah.
that I made it with, it was insane odds, and I'm like,
Yeah.
woohoo! I got all the odds. Oh yeah, that was a male. I think I did 50. I got 50 freeways out of that thing. I got one without pastel or fire. I tell you that thing is the bane of my existence to this day.
Oh, wow.
It's like
How
sand; it gets everywhere.
Oh yeah, but so that clutch, that was a weird clutch. So I don't know if either one of you guys know about this, but in Canada we have a weird thing happening with our freeways. I sent this animal in, and she said, "What did you do to this shed? Please send the shed again." So I sent the shed again. She says, "Okay, now this is a problem. This is the second time it's tested super asphalt and freeway. It's tested 2 copies of asphalt, 1 copy of yellow belly."
Oh, weird.
Mm-hmm. So I sent her another shed. So she's ran 6 sheds on that animal. At that point, then she's like, "Send me everything." So I sent her the mom, the dad, any siblings of the parents, um, all of the brothers and sisters. Every freeway that male did was fine except for this one clutch, and all 3 freeways in that clutch tested 2 copies of asphalt, 1 copy of yellow belly.
Wow.
Hmm.
So then she says to me, "It's not the first time."
Oh,
Interesting.
Nicole hit one as well. Nicole hit one. She could have hit more than one if they didn't know to test more,
right.
or she only hit one freeway. So the challenge is with that male or the female. The female was sold as yellow belly, orange dream, Enchi. When I showed the pictures to Austin's like, "That's not Enchi." Showed to Billy, "That's not Enchi." Then she runs
Super
the
effort.
test for orange dream. It's not super. It's not orange dream either,
Mm.
but it's super Enchi.
Oh,
Austin
wow.
says, "That's not possible. It doesn't. It's not even Enchi, let alone super Enchi."
Hmm.
So we have an animal phenotype, zero Enchi, and freeway, and testing as super asphalt and yellow belly and super Enchi.
And super inky.
The first year that female dropped all Enchis, so we're like, yeah, it's definitely super Enchi. Year 2, I bred her. She only passed off 2 Enchis. So Heather wants all the
Hmm.
babies from that clutch. So the story gets a little bit more interesting because that animal, the one that it sired that threw off all of the alarms with 2 copies of asphalt, 1 copy of yellow belly. Austin said it's Enchi, freeway, and either fire or super orange dream, and they were in the pairing. Um, they were in the pairing. However, then we realized the mom wasn't orange dream, so couldn't be. It couldn't have hit because the
Hmm.
dad has orange dream. So now the animal
Interesting.
is not fire because it tested negative for fire, and it only tested as 1 copy of orange dream. And now we're shaking our heads at looking at this thing going, "What is this?" So the
Yeah,
only
right.
the
Hmm.
only left is scrambler,
Oh.
because it does come from a lineage that Billy did make the scrambler freeway that he sold to
Hmm.
the scrambler scrambler super asphalt or orange dream that he sold to Mike Mike down there.
Mike.
Mike, the young kid,
Oh, from
30ish.
Balls.
Balls of
Balls.
Fury.
Balls
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Fury. Okay.
yeah. So it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
same.
that might.
So same lineage of that. Because what happened was I hit a second from the same dad. I hit a second one, and I'm like, okay, well, no, that's Orange Dream Banana Freeway
Yeah. Okay.
and Enchi,
Can,
and the one
can
I've got can't be. And when you look at the pictures, you're like,
yeah.
what is going on with that thing? So,
Yeah.
but the
Can
other
you link them
challenge
back to
is
Nicole, or
no,
like the parents
nothing to do
aren't
with
nothing's related?
no, nothing to do with Nicole, because the original animal I got was sold from Billy to April at ALP Morphs out
Hmm.
to BC. He never bred them, and then back to me, and I used that male to make the super asphalt, and then between him and the super asphalt, they both
Yeah.
sired animals that do not look. Austin saw the one super asphalt. He's like, I don't know. This has never been made before. Fire.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple pairing. It's the only thing it can be fire pastel super asphalt, but it's got a bunch of yellow donuts all over the back, all down the spine. And Austin's like, got to be that. Well, Corey Woods looks at it. He says, no, that's Orange Dream. So the person that bought it tested it for Orange Dream, came back Orange Dream. So then, okay, it's got to be Orange Dream Fire. Well, then, in weird case of events, I ended up with that animal back because they no longer wanted to pursue the project. So I got it back because I figured Scrambler might be in there.
Hmm.
It got it tested for fire, and it's passed. It's negative for fire. So now that means it's got to be pastel, orange dream, and we think scrambler. So I'm taking
Except, aren't there a bunch of different fires though? And I don't know how many of
there's
Yeah.
them.
fire one and fire two or however they call it, and she's told me this is the fire you have in this one, and I wondered about
Okay.
yellow belly keeping that keeping yellow belly because it's +7 and -17 or something, whatever the locations are for yellow
Hmm.
belly. And I wondered, do you want me to start keeping, because I'd keep track of it because I'm super anal about my
Yeah.
records and record keeping and all that stuff. So it's just a weird story. So we'll see, because I got a lock with her, and that animal,
Cool.
the freeway slash super actual. It's definitely a freeway. All the animals look freeway. They don't look super actual at all. There's little enough genes in them. Sometimes you get a super actual in the freeway, and it's very very challenging to see what the difference is. The
Hmm.
freeway has a lot of more definition, I would call it, on the spine. The super asphalt has a lot more coming down and underneath that first set. You got the spine, and then you got the little kind of donuts or whatever the alien heads would be.
Yeah.
The top on the freeway is usually defined, but the bottoms underneath aren't. The super asphalt, that's where it is. The definition goes right to the bottom.
Hmm.
And plus, you have a lot more darkening. I think I'm anal, and I count the little scales of darkness around the three ways. Freeway is usually like 3 to 4. Asphalt's usually like 5 to 7. That's
Interesting.
the free, and they bleed. The black bleeds from the one alien head, usually bleeds into the next alien head, which is how you get so much more dark area on the super asphalt. And if you put banana in there, you'll see it in the reverse, right? In the banana albinism. Would you call banana a type of albinism?
I've heard it said that it is. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was just thinking it was, because I was looking at mine the other day, and I'm like, yeah, this thing's eyes are so red. It's got to be a type of
Hmm.
Yeah.
albinism.
Yep.
Interesting.
So
I,
everybody's at 3. What do you? I think we've asked you this before, Craig. You were kind of hoping to stay under 15 clutches. Is that right?
Probably around 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pairing 30, 31, and I'm probably going to bring 3 or 4 more to Billy's
oh
in the
well,
next
Cool.
week or two. And but the
going big.
younger, I've got like 2 there already that are like 1,300 grams that I'm just trying to feed and keep the ultrasound going, because I've done that before. I've paired them at 1,300, and by the time they lay 6 months later, they're up to 17, 1,800. So then I've got like 3 or 4 more here.
Nice.
Jeans.
Nice.
Has anybody bought any new snakes lately besides me?
I got a male um dreamsicle scrambler that I picked up, and looking forward to that. But I have been on a hunger strike with buying animals most
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
year. I really basically last the beginning of the year I had to really kind of say, you know,
Tighten
what
up the
am I gonna
reins.
what am I gonna invest in this until something else happens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I identified a few goals I want to hit before I invest more.
Hmm.
Um, and besides, I had, not taken my wife on a vacation in like 5 years, you know,
That's really
and
bad for the marriage.
yeah,
Jeepers.
uh, it's not bad. It's just, you know, we just had different priorities, you
Yeah,
know,
Hmm.
and so I just, we went on a vacation. We got another one planned, and just changed the priorities financially. until I reach certain goals, and then I'll start putting in more money. But I bought one a couple weeks ago, but I stay away from Morph Market.
Yeah. You got some
Especially
stuff
the
from
auctions.
Billy coming down though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. The three that I bought, one was they were all like under $400, so it was still
Mm.
like three animals, still $1,000, but it was two of them were, one of them was a stranger clown that had something else in it, and another one was a stranger leopard clown that had something in it. So,
Hmm.
but they were babies, and strangely enough, I'm using probably gonna long-term goal for those is work that into my super banana project to make banana stranger clowns, because banana stranger clowns look insane, and by the time I make those will be pet expo animals. But they were
Yeah.
both like under one was 350, the other one was 300, $275. So basically 300 600 $625 for two stranger clowns. Who would have
Yeah.
thought it?
Yeah, that's
4 years ago,
crazy.
who would have
Hmm.
thought it?
Right.
I mean, 2 years ago they were
They were still like three,
2,500.
$4 grand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Canadian, 3, $4 grand. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I bought one animal recently, but it was on auction. I threw a bid on it. And I just wanted to watch it. And these animals were going like, $500-$600. And it was at like 180. I was like, I'm not gonna win it. I'm just gonna throw a bid on. Fucking 3 days later I won the goddamn snake. She's in my rack. But I mean, I feel like I got a deal because they were going for a lot more. And she's a breeder. She's a proven breeder. But
They weren't from Austin, were they?
no, it was from D&J
Oh, it's
Pythons.
funny because that's where my stranger clown came from D and
Okay.
J. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought the Nico gene, the Nico
Oh, did
breeder.
you? Yep.
Yeah.
Talk to
So
Austin.
yeah, I know. He was telling me already. I was like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it
cheap
doesn't
enough
matter.
to see what happens, but
Play around with. Yeah. You
yeah,
didn't want to buy in when they wanted 15,000 for the thing because you had the
right.
Nico Stranger for 15 grand or something. I was talking to Austin. Should I invest there? And Austin's like,
Yeah,
no, because I think
yeah,
we have the Nico gene floating around, mutation creation, and we don't even call it that anymore. So,
right.
Craig, how many eggs were in that before the one pipped, and how many do you let pip before you'll cut?
um, one or two. This time I went in and there were three. Um, and the dark ones are out now. The light one, there's two light ones that are definitely uh, DG hypo. Um, but um, yeah, I had three of them pip at the same time, so I just cut them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I generally wait till two pip and then I cut because
Yep,
I've
yeah.
cut too early before and
sure.
never do that one
Yep.
again.
But all seven were great.
Oh,
It was
good, seven
nice
eggs.
when
Is
that
that
happens.
what's your average right now? Then seven. You had two clutches of seven, or
Um, no, my average is six.
clutch of five and
Six.
seven.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
What you working on, Joe?
Uh, I got a girl that's about to lay any day now. Black pastel pinstripe hypo to pastel stranger clown.
Yeah, cool.
So I like black pastel and stranger, but I mean, probably gonna have some pewter, and that could be crazy, but we'll see.
Mm.
Then everything's double het. What else do I got going on?
Black Peter looks nice, man. They're
Yeah,
they're they're a great looking animal, and
yeah,
they age
I
amazing.
agree.
Like the two asphalt Black Peters I've got were some of my nicest looking snakes, and they're
Yeah,
like 1,800 grams and 1,600 grams.
nice, nice. This girl behind me is a Cypress triple het hypo ultramal clown, Posset Pied, and she went to my blackhead leopard uh triple het hypo ultramal and pied. So that could be cool. Some
That could be
blackhead
really
and
cool.
Cypress. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
are your goals for what you're trying to do in that clutch, Joe?
I want to hit a Lilac double visual. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So the blackhead Cypress ultramal clown would
Oh
be
yeah,
awesome.
that'd look
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be an
yeah,
irreplaceable animal, male
yeah.
or female.
There'll be a lot of byproducts, but I'm hoping. She was going to my ultimate triple head boy, and then, we know where that went. But so the backup came in and got her done.
Constricting Creations is in here again. I think
Yeah,
Hey,
Constricting
what's up, man?
Creations runs a wood shop. He lives in
yeah,
uh,
Peterborough.
Peterborough.
Yeah,
I think that's the guy, and I don't remember what his name is. I'm
Why
getting
don't
there.
you just share his phone number? No, I'm just kidding.
it's on the
I get.
bathroom door. That's
Hold on,
what.
I am a real estate
And his
agent. Do you
social
want? Do you
security
want his?
number
Do
is
you want his address? I can get that all for you now.
There you go. Morph market. Send it over.
Yeah, he's got some really nice looking woodworking projects online. I think that's what he does for a living. So he's
awesome.
and that's I if I could have picked a trade other than what I ended up doing, it would have been definitely woodworking. I love woodworking.
Mm.
You have the
What's
hands
up,
for it. I know
Mike?
you got pickles, but
Yeah, it's like it's I can sit on it and it'll be permanently glued together. So
yeah.
I don't need weight or clamps. Sit my fat ass on it. Oh. Yeah, I did. I was doing a little bit of it, like hobby wise. I had my garage, a 2 car garage, completely decked out. But dude, every time I went to move I had an okay, like $1,000 table saw, but you really need like a $4 or $5,000 one to do anything else. And then everything I had was cheap, and I did a bunch of projects, but it was just such a pain in the neck. I was
Yeah.
taking raw lumber and milling it down to usable lumber, and then I think the one table I built was 8 foot in diameter because I was building a giant. A giant
Yeah.
was 2.25 inches thick, pure maple, and two of us could not lift it, so I cut it down to 6.5 foot. It
Yeah.
was
I,
even
I,
that I think was close to 300 pounds. It was insane.
yeah. I
Like
remember
wow,
during COVID, all the old school hand tools came back, like the old
yeah,
planers and stuff,
yep,
and people were making
Yeah.
videos. I was like, man, they're gonna be friggin' strong to do that. That's crazy.
oh yeah. And that really intrigues me what they could actually accomplish with just normal tools. Crazy. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on like a I'm on a big kick. I mean, the videos I'm watching is trying to live in the bush with nothing but a knife and learning how to make fires with nothing. And I've already done. I went camping with a bunch of buddies, and I had my device of a rock or my invention of a rocket stove, but made it of a log. And I had just a flint
Yeah.
and a piece of steel, and these guys are just laughing at me. These guys were seasoned campers. I had only done it 3 or 4 times, and I wasn't inventing something. I just was taking 9 different things and mixing them up together, and they're
Hmm.
laughing at me as I'm going to strike the thing. And the first strike, and this
You made
thing,
fire?
the first strike lit up this thing, and it boiled water. I think in 2 minutes. It
Oh
was just,
wow.
it was absolutely insane. And they were shutting off their gas once and coming over and bringing their stuff over. Oh, let me try it out. Let me try it out. And I
That's
think we
cool.
got it on video, and my wife posted it on her thing, and
Yeah.
she got all back then. I wasn't on social media at all, and she had all kinds of people asking her to start carrying their product. All this was like that was
Oh
just
wow.
it was a fluke. It was a one-off.
Yeah.
But I love learning about nature, and it's funny as a kid. I was like not not a failure, but I I had a bad memory for a reason. I was at
Yeah.
the back. I was at the back being used as a punching bag because I love getting punched, and that not doing
Love
too
getting
much
punched.
school. Oh yeah, I used to love getting punched. My brother's huge. My brother is bigger than I am, and he would he would give me a good smacking around. And I just like getting hit 3 or 4 times by a guy and build his ego up, and then just send him,
My
send
turn.
him, send him
Yeah.
on his way.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Oh,
Ah, that's crazy.
but
Now all I can picture you is on Survivor making fire.
oh,
Yeah.
dude,
That
like I
yeah.
watched him making fire. I'm like, are you guys retarded? Have you never? And I almost wonder. Come on, you've got to be like constraining the people so they're not allowed to do this or not allowed to do that or not allowed to do the other thing. Because I've made a fire 3 times in the Flint now, and I've only struck it twice. Once, the other 2 times where the fire was lit the first time. But it's just well a little unfair because we're in the north, so we have naturally flammable materials like birch bark, which I don't know that you guys
Hmm.
have in the south.
Sure. Sure.
Certainly, people down in the southern states wouldn't know that. But you got pine trees. Pine trees, the entire thing's flammable. That's where they get kerosene from. that stuff
But I watched
that
some
stuff
of those
burns like a motherfucker.
contractor. I watched some of those survivalist type
Yep.
videos sometimes to see, these are the 5 knots you need to know. These are, and I'm interested in, but I never want to camp another day in my life. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it, like you really got to know how to snap a good ridge line, but I'm never going to do it ever.
Right.
I, I'm I'm absolutely dreadfully. I'm terrible at the knots, but like ingenious in some of the other stuff. I love when we go camping. The last time my wife and I did it, we went 17 clicks in the background, in the backwoods with just a kayak. Well, the kayak and all our gear, but it was by no means an easy or a beginner's. But I think I probably put on like 60 pounds since the last time we did that 5 years ago.
Mm.
And then my sleep apnea is so bad that my wife's like, "You're not going anywhere near a campground unless it's got electricity." She's scared that I'm going to die, and I'm kind of trying to push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good that she cares that much about you, bud. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
she
Coleman doesn't make us sleep apnea.
Well, the funny thing is that
They don't make
the
us sleep
sleep
apnea.
apnea people do, but it's only, I think it's only rated for like 4 hours or 5 hours sleep, and it's just the last thing I need doing. When you're traveling in a kayak and you got to do all the portages, the 17-kilometer run, I think we did maybe 4 kilometers of it was portaging, and there's nothing worse than
Mm.
portaging, man. That's enough to make you want to go hang yourself.
Yeah.
Portaging sucks. And I know, guy, like a couple of the portaging, we were and up northern Ontario is just we're
I've
just
never heard
filled
the
with
word before.
the
Oh,
portaging.
Yeah, never heard
Oh,
the word before.
but you do know what it is, though, right?
Was it done
Port,
outdoors?
yeah, yeah. So
Then no.
it's where the two lakes don't connect, but there's like a 1 kilometer trail that goes from the lake one lake to the other lake, and
Oh yeah.
that's what
you carry the
portaging is in
kayak
it.
and yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you carry your kayak, and my kayaks are not. I've got like 12 to $1,500 kayaks, not like $5,000 ones. The $5,000 ones weigh 23 pounds. Mine
I
weighs
thought
50. Mine weighs
I thought
53.
portage was like when you take cheese curds and you put gravy, French fries.
Well, it probably has got the same root because it's all they're all French words, right? I think
They're both
portage.
gonna kill you, so yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I have to choose, I'm definitely picking the one with the cheese curds.
Yes.
Oh.
God. So how's your Sumatrans going? You been working on
Great.
those or yeah.
Great. Yeah. I really need to kind of, list them for sale. It's like they're going to start growing out of these awesome enclosures I have for them.
Yeah.
And so I gotta kind of poop or get off the pot there and put them up for sale,
Yeah.
you know.
What do those go for? If you don't mind me asking.
Um, anywhere from 300 to 600
Okay.
to 1,000, depending on, where where they came from and whose line they are and stuff like that. Mine
Okay.
are um, Vin Russo line,
Okay.
and so
But
they're
are they like normals
yeah.
or are they
Well, so they're blackheads. Um,
okay.
Blackhead Sumatrans are the. I'm sorry, they're chrome heads.
Chrome heads, yeah.
Blackheads are the darkest. Chrome heads have the kind of gray silver head, and then um, there's a pumpkin Sumatran that doesn't look anything like them color wise. So
They're more like a blood, like the orange.
they have they they're dark snake, but they're brown, more brown, and they have an orange head.
Yeah. Okay. And that's how they're naturally found in the wild, or were
Yep.
they bred that
Well,
way?
good question. Um, I don't know if there's a locality for the orange heads or not. There probably
Okay.
is. You know.
Yeah. we lost Jeff
What
there.
happened?
He quit on us. He does that. He gets cranky and he just jumps out.
He's like, I'm not taking this anymore. I'll be in my trailer.
I said peanut M&Ms. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
My cell
You
phone
just
died.
you just wanted to change spots on the screen.
No, my cell phone, I have it charging and it died.
Ah,
Okay,
it's all
so
good.
So I
my
had my iPad
latest
sitting there.
Toronto, Canada related story is that I watched Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. You know about this movie? So
I
No.
know
20
of the
years ago,
band,
there
but
was,
only
yeah,
by name.
yeah, 20 years ago, there was a couple guys from Toronto that were YouTubers, and they kind of had a shtick. They did comedy, and they were called Nirvana the band, and it was just two guys, right?
Yeah.
It it was honestly more like who the guys from
Saturday Night Live.
no um,
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
anyway, they got a show like on Comedy Central, and they called it Nirvana the band, the show, and so they made a movie called Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, and it's it has footage from 20 years ago, 17 years ago, and footage from now, and they've been working on this movie for 20 years, and they're doing time travel back and forth to themselves, their actual selves. So it's a it's a mind fuck. It's you got to see it. You got to see it. It's a
But it has
Okay.
crazy
nothing to
movie.
do with because there's a band called Nirvana, isn't there?
I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah. No, that
Western band.
I'm not a music guy, so I don't know. I
yeah. No,
couldn't tell you any of their songs or anything. But
Hmm.
if
no,
somebody
that's
will say, "Oh, this song," oh, okay, I've heard that.
yeah, it's just a joke,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nirvana the band is a joke name and they're comedians and so yeah. But that I think that's the joke of it.
I just read something that except for one episode, the entire 6 seasons of Suits was filmed in Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't know that. The first one they made in New York, and then they flew everybody to Toronto. And we have a very large like tax cuts and stuff like that to get people because we've got what do we
Yeah.
call Hollywood North or something like
Hollywood
that.
North. Yeah. Exactly.
We get a lot of movie studios and stuff, which is
Yeah.
weird because it's not like um, our land is cheap or anything,
Right. Especially in Toronto. But it's all down by
Especially in
the old
Toronto.
docks there, right? It's all the studios.
Yeah. I've been down there. I know a kid that's on one of the. I know two guys that are on one of the sets.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cool beans playing
Yeah.
around with stuff.
Yeah. I'll have
Yeah,
to
they
check
made
out that
part of
movie though.
this movie at a theme in a warehouse in Etobicoke.
Okay. Hmm. So what's the premise? It's
It
just
wasn't the mutation creation movie, was it?
No.
I heard they
Um
had some guy that was just batshit crazy. It got him on camera a lot.
the
Have you watched
premise.
the Apex? Either of you watched the Apex movie on?
No.
So I don't know if you saw Billy's thing where he's dancing around with his scissors, going. "Ah!"
Yeah, what is
yeah.
that a reference to? I don't even know
It's a
the
reference.
Apex.
It's a reference called to a movie called Apex. It came out on Netflix for us. Charisse Theron or whatever her name is.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
in
yes.
all the movies. The movie is just it's pretty nuts. He almost has like a not Ed Norton. There was another guy that it's kind of based on he's nuts and crazy and has multiple personalities. And then one part of the movie
Oh
he
yeah.
starts crawling on the ceiling
Yeah,
and he's
I know
trying to
him.
rip apart. Was it Shattered? I don't remember
Um
what the movie was, but this guy's
yeah.
very similar. His acting is right on point with that guy's. It was great acting from that guy. Charisse Theron she's just eye candy, I think, for the movie. But Good movie. It was an okay movie, but to me, like Craig, how old are you? I'm 56. You're 62.
61.
61. Yeah.
Oh,
Every time I see a movie, I'm like, well, that part, that 15 minutes was stolen from that movie. That 15 minutes was stolen from that movie. And you just see
Right.
recurring themes. It just seems like
Yeah.
nothing's original anymore. And this almost had um, sort of a rip off of what's the one in Virginia with Burt Reynolds? I want you to squeal like a pig, boy. What was that?
Deliverance.
Yeah, Deliverance. Yeah, it almost kind of felt a little Deliverance ish. So,
Hmm.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah, that came out in probably 72.
yeah,
Oh, there you go.
old movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Joe,
maybe
it's a
maybe
whole
75.
hilarious movie. They get caught in Virginia and they got caught by a couple of backwoods boys and the one guy they got him running around the campfire on his hands and knees squealing like a pig in his white underwear and he's a big guy. It'd be like picturing me on my hands and he's like, boy, you got a pretty mouth. I want you to squeal like a pig.
Oh,
But Burt Reynolds is in
glad I
it.
missed it.
He
That's
really
that's
makes.
the
Oh
only
no no
quote
no!
anyone knows from the movie too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it is, yeah. And the only
it's
reason why I
50
know it,
years ago, and
yeah,
So what?
the only reason why I know half of this stuff is my brother watched all these movies, and he would be in the shower, and you hear him. He's doing his own little thing, and he's in the kitchen arms. The dude was absolutely hilarious. Oh, brave Sir Robin, brave Sir Robin. And then I watched these movies, and I'm like, this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen. But my brother was hilarious when he was repeating the stuff and doing it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
strange
Yeah, yeah.
childhood we had. Oldest thing.
Uh,
How many people are you showing on your end that are watching this, Joe? Because mine
four.
freezes. Oh, that's what
Four.
mine says.
It's just us.
Is that counting the three of us?
We're just hanging out.
Is it counting the three of us?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Three
And
of us and one other guy.
I see Jamie from Tire Gods and Dave from Massey Morphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massey Morse is in the U.S.
No, he's here in Brampton.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Pretty sure he's Brampton.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like I get him mixed up with you a
Yeah.
little bit, Massey Morse and Mercy Morse.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's Matt Noodle's uncle, I think it is.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
li-
yeah, I know who that is. I know
Yeah.
who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pretending your name is Joe Mercy.
Joe Mercy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know who that
Show Joe
is.
Mercy.
Now you guys got me. I don't know who that is.
I'm sure I've introduced you as that at least once, probably.
It's all good.
Is that from a movie or no?
No,
No.
No, it's just a joke. Joe Mercy from
Joe
Mercy
Mercy.
Morphs.
Joe
That's what it's
Morrissey.
become.
I like
I
it.
don't know how many people call me Morpheus. Oh, Morpheus is here. It's just a reference from a movie. My name's not actually Morpheus.
But it'd be cool if it was.
It would be, yeah. But I'm anything but cool. Sorry. What were you guys
Uh,
in school? I was a little bit of a. We used to call them deadheads because I didn't belong anywhere. I wasn't in sports. I wasn't in the football team. I wasn't into the gym. Wasn't a rocker. Wasn't a
mhm.
stoner. Wasn't a metalhead. I was just nobody. I didn't fit in anywhere.
That was a
Oh,
shock.
were you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you on the football team,
Captain of the
hockey
football
team,
team. Yeah.
captain of the
Dated the head
football team?
cheerleader, the whole thing. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were
I
after
was an
my brother.
exotic dancer.
I can see that actually. I was gonna
Uh,
ask.
With
uh,
Bill, with Billy,
with Billy.
you weren't on the
Oh,
stage at the same time, were you?
this isn't
Yeah.
the Monday nights make sense now. Okay, I get
Yeah.
Hey,
I was a musician, so I did,
it.
I tried to take as many music related classes as I could.
yeah, yeah.
And so that's, I just needed an average of my poor studies and all the other subjects, and then a bunch of music credits. And that's what gave me a B average.
Hmm.
Were you into like a certain genre of music, or did you just like everything?
I liked everything, but mostly jazz.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jazz has a very a large corporation of other than just electric guitars, right? There's
Oh
other
yeah, jazz has lots of
saxophone and
different. It's a river with a lot of different streams off it. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So
And
I ended up
is there?
going.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there words in jazz or is it just instrumental? I really don't
There's
know jazz too much, but
both.
Yeah.
okay.
There's instrumental jazz, and then there's vocal jazz, and and then there's vocal group jazz. But I went to jazz school. Actually, I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston,
Oh wow.
Oh,
and after graduating from high school, and that was intense. And you're just soaking in. Some famous jazz person dies, the whole campus knows within 10 minutes,
Mm.
and very plugged in to the 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 New York scene and the scene in Boston. And so, yeah, I ended up graduating from there with a music degree. And when I think back to high school, which I don't do very often, but when I think back to high school, I really never found a click. I always, um, I mean, there were other music people, but there weren't a lot of other jazz people.
Mm.
Um, so I just try to be a chameleon and fit in everywhere.
There's a
right.
correct me if I'm wrong. Is there out of all the genres of music that would I would probably think that jazz has the highest proliferation of female vocalists in jazz, or would
No,
that be completely inaccurate?
no, I mean, there isn't really a vocal jazz scene right now, except for, I think, um, what's their name? I'll think of their name. Um, but there are vocal jazz was really big in the 80s and the 90s and in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. But
Hmm.
uh, it's not a jazz music. You do great to sell 30,000 copies. You don't get a lot of gold record jazz albums. you know
Right. You have
it's
a
kind of
favorite
a
artist?
niche. I'd say probably Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock. I never heard that one. Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing piano player and composer and just amazing.
Okay. That piano's
It's
nice. I
fun.
like piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember back in high school, I took a music class because it was either music or drama, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll try music. And I remember like back in the '90s, I heard what's his name, Kenny G
Yeah.
playing the saxophone.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that sound. I wanted to
Yeah.
play the saxophone in music class, and I got the fucking baritone. I was so pissed. They
Ah.
would not give me a saxophone. I dropped out and I went to drama. Fuck
I got
it.
the I think I got the tuba because it only had what was the one with three buttons?
The
The big
three.
huge,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
big monster. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The
It's like,
baritone's a smaller tuba. It's the mini
uh,
tuba.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't even get that right. And the guy's like,
yeah.
"You're retarded.
Yeah.
You can't even get three buttons. You're not touching anything else.
The
Give me,
kids are there. The kids are there trying to figure out what their best instrument would be to play, and the kids are there trying to figure that out. The teacher's trying to fill out all the parts so he can have a concert. you
yeah,
know so someone's
Right,
got to be on baritone, and
right.
so and he,
Just the bass
in
in the
order
background.
for the Christmas concert music to work, or
yeah,
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
So there's always a bit of a tension between the kid who really should have the freedom to try different things, and
Hmm.
the teacher who's trying to make an ensemble. you
Right,
yeah.
know
exactly. And everyone wanted the saxophone, of course, or the drums. That was like
yes.
that was what they wanted. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Craig, you or Jeff, you would have been good at the was it triangle? What do they call that thing?
Triangles, ding, ding, ding.
You can't mess
You
that
know,
up, bud.
dude, I could study for a million hours. I could not get any of the music right. Didn't know what any of the notes. Didn't know where the buttons were going.
Yeah.
I was just, and stupid thing was, I think grade 9 we had to take that, and then I came home and the music score was like 53 or something like that, and I got 104 on my math test. I'm like, my dad's like, how on earth did you get 104 on your report card? I'm like, the stupid idiot put bonus questions on. So I was getting perfect in math, which I didn't study, but I was failing English, was failing geography and history,
Yeah,
acing chemistry, but couldn't do music. And just like, I don't
that's
get it, man.
interesting.
It's just my
Because
brain just,
yeah, it's another form of counting, right? Like that's interesting. You
yeah, I
couldn't
don't
find it.
know. No, could not. I can't sing, can't play the music at all. None of my kids are musical whatsoever.
Yeah.
None of them. But my wife took up to grade 6 or 5 or 6 with the piano, but she won't
Hmm.
touch it because it was something she was forced to do as a child.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be
Yeah,
another one that'd be
there's
fun.
that too.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
yeah.
Joe?
Mhm. It'd be another one that's fun to learn is piano. Like just the sound of it, it relaxes you. I love that.
I
Yep.
But
envy the people that can play the piano. It's just like that's
yeah.
amazingly you could, or like I don't like normal instruments. I like the cello. Cello is just like the richness of a cello.
Hmm.
Somebody knowing what they're doing on a cello is just like wow. I
Yeah.
envy that. The violin's nice too, but
Hmm. Yeah.
I like if I don't like any music genre, but if I had to pick one, it'd be rock opera. That combination of the theater and like the full strings plus the rock and the guitar and the
Right.
so what do
Or
they
Yeah,
like an
call that?
orchestra in front of you.
my basement.
Trans Siberian Orchestra, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Wow.
yeah, Craig, you were kidding when you said you had a few guitars. What
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
what do you got hanging there? Like 70, 100,000 bucks?
Oh, I don't know. I try not to think about it.
Come on, Craig,
Um,
give us a guess.
I couldn't say. But I've got Les Pauls, Gibsons, Fenders, um, you know,
Wow.
Well, what's your
and
most
then I've got,
expensive guitar? Because guitars can get up like 100,000 bucks, can't they?
yeah, the most expensive one I ever owned was $27,000,
That's
and
pretty
it
good.
was a
Wow.
vintage 1961. This right here, this Marshall, that,
Yeah.
um, that is a 1970 amp. And
That's a
they're
that's
very
a
rare.
that's an amp, not a mixer, eh? Wow,
Yeah, it's probably worth 8 grand,
wow.
Hmm.
probably.
What
And
has he
then,
got? Has he got tubes and stuff in it, or is that
yeah,
what's the part that makes
yeah,
it expensive? Yeah, because that's
it's got
the
tubes in it. Yep,
yeah, glass tubes are what makes the stuff still
yep,
worth money. Yeah.
yep.
Don't drop that.
Yeah, we printed part of one of our customers was called the Inner Ear, and they were selling the magazine all over the U.S. and Canada. I think we used to print like 10,000 of them every month, and it was all like super high end, like $40,000 record players and all the parts they would break down. And I'm sitting there running the machine for. I think that was one of the when I started running 27-hour shifts on just doing that magazine once a month, 27-hour shift to do that magazine. And it was just like I'd be sitting there for 27 hours. I'm just reading page after page. And I'm like, well, a lot of money.
27 hours?
I would work a 27-hour shift and then I would go home and sleep for 9 and I'd come back and do it 12. And it was usually on Thursday, Friday, and then I would go home. And I did that for 6 years, 7 years. Until I upgraded our machinery. Every year, we would upgrade our machinery like cyclically every 7 years. We build enough customers, clientele, volume to replace our stuff every 7 years until we got the biggest machine that we could possibly buy. It was like 3 million bucks and almost 75 feet long. And I was supposed to be a 3-person machine, and I was running it by myself. And it ran my body into the ground. And it wasn't designed. We weren't supposed to run with one person, but
Hmm.
we were running with one person. It blew my body into the ground, my knees, my elbow. I got arthritis in both my thumbs and in my left hip from loading plates every day and doing too many hours. And that's why when I quit, I was just like, I get cancer. I get cancer in when I was 46, and they thought it was like had something to do with the printing and doing so many hours, like, you know, around chemicals and stuff. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
so my wife's like, "You're out of there." And then I started to. Well, I was already doing contracting on top of doing the printing. So most of the time, I was averaging 70 hours a week for most of my adulthood till I hit 45. We had 4 kids, and it was just 4 kids. Well, the stuff that we wanted to do with the 4 kids was
Yeah.
Yep.
it's not cheap, but that's why I can barely walk and have problems with my back and paid a
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm at like 3% on my phone, and we're
Yep.
gonna
All
lose
right,
the
man.
show. But I appreciate it. My drink is empty too. Just like my phone. So
What was
yeah,
in that drink, Joe? Were you drinking
that was
booze?
that was just city water. City water. That's all that
City
was.
water.
City water.
He lives up in Barrie, don't you, Joe?
I taught him close enough. Same water.
Close enough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, thanks for
But
stopping in, Craig.
yeah,
You
Craig,
bet.
appreciate it.
Good to see you guys.
All
All right,
right,
cheers, man.
you guys are going live tomorrow with your show?
Tomorrow night, yeah. So
Yeah.
tomorrow at 7 Eastern.
Perfect.
No
See you
guests.
tomorrow.
All
No
right.
Have
guess.
No
fun.
guests. All right.
Awesome.
Have fun. Don't get too
See you
stressed out
guys.
with Billy. See you guys.
See ya.